Example 8 on page 427. Subtract the two fractions. Very similar to the previous example. You're given these two fractions. Either you add or subtract. Always look at the denominator. If the two fractions have the same denominator, that means you can combine them as one fraction. No problem. Okay? So A divided by B subtracts C divided by B. Okay, given two fractions, and you try to subtract them. First check denominator. They have the same denominator, right? Written as B. Just write B. Do not add denominator, okay? Just write exactly denominator here, B only, and then you subtract. Take a numerator of the first fraction, subtract numerator of the second fraction, so A minus C. Okay? Alright, I'm going to use this formula, apply here. Solution. So for these two fractions, since they have the same denominator, I can add them. So let me rewriting the original fraction. Okay. So I know that I can combine them now. It's just x plus 3. Okay, just denominator of these two fractions go here. Just x plus 3. Do not add these, okay? Just x plus 3. And now I'm going to combine the numerators in the two fractions. For this first fraction, numerator is 4x plus 5. Okay? How about this? Numerator of this second fraction. Now, when you subtract the two fractions, it's a little bit tricky, okay? So make sure you put the negative here first. Now this negative apply to all terms in this numerator, okay? This negative side apply to x, apply to this term, negative 2. So I would put negative and parentheses to indicate that this negative affects all terms inside this parenthesis. So I would copy the numerator of this second fraction here. Okay? So 4x plus 5, subtract the whole thing, parentheses, okay? And you put the numerator in this second fraction. Again, I put negative here because this negative affects all terms in the numerator of the second fraction. This negative affects this x term. This negative affects this negative term. All terms in the numerator. Okay? Alright, now we simplify. So 4x, there's no 4x, it's 4x. There's no constant here right now, and we can simplify, simply write as plus 5. This negative would apply to all terms, right? So you would distribute this negative to each term inside the parentheses. Negative times x is negative. Negative times negative 2 is positive 2. Divide by x plus 3 in the denominator. Now simplify as much as you can. 4x, you know that you can combine with this, right? Because they are like term, both have x at the variable. So 4x subtract x is 3x. Okay? 5 is another constant, so you know you can combine these two like terms. So 5 plus 2 is 7. Okay? 7. Denominator is x plus 3. Now, the numerator is 3x plus 7. You cannot factor out any further. There's no common factors. This denominator is x plus 3, and you cannot factor it any further, so you know that you're done. Since you cannot find any common factors in the numerator and denominator, you're done. You cannot simplify this answer any further. So this 3x plus 7 divided by x plus 3 is the answer from subtracting the two fractions